Welcome back. Hope you guys doing all right. All copyrights go to Raymond Thoughts and Minds. This video is called "Why Everyone Is Single." Now, for my wolves and my ninjas, I keep telling you, you, there's a you on another level, up or down. They don't look like you. They're not your race, but they're you. They went through what you went through, and you are going to see a lot, not all, but a lot of things that are similar. And my theory is once again proven right because this white man, this bald older white man, or probably around my age or a little older, he makes $100,000. He has his shit together. He is at the end of the road of where most of us start realizing, like, yo, I gotta get my shit together. I gotta focus on being a better man and, get my shit together. And that's the thing that the ladies and the one do. And then I said a long time ago, no, because I met many of those men, and that shit don't even work either. And it's because it's not up to the men. Women want what they want, and the TV told them imaginary things. And I agree with what he says, and I disagree with what he says, because I've seen all sides. See, no matter who you are, when you speak to me, I can agree with you and disagree with you, because I understand cause and effect. So without any further ado, I'm gonna let this man give us his insight and his story. Not all of his story seems like, but he is given a lot of good information of how he feels. He got his Vegeta going, but it's controlled in a Goku manner. But I want some of my wolves and ninjas to understand, if you're a man or a woman, the game we're in of this life and his relationships and how things fucked up and everybody. Listen, this is why I've come to teach people. One, not all of us are going to get somebody. You're going to die alone. Except you won't be the first. You won't be the last. Your mission in life is to endure and, kind of find something to do. It's not always going to be fun. Count your blessings. Like I said, there's a you on every level. This guy's given up and he's got everything I want. And no, I'm probably not gonna, be able to jump up to something you gotta work towards. So, well, I can't say he has everything I want because he don't have the knowledge that I have. You know, the never give up thing. There is no such thing as giving up anyway. You're gonna give up when you die. That's when it's all over. Until then, you're gonna live life and you're gonna deal with it. You're gonna make yourself happy. You're gonna find a different way that makes you happy, or you're gonna money don't save you. Everybody thinks this fucking money is gonna save them, and all of these, yo, you gotta get your shit together, and you gotta listen. Yin and yang, yin and yang. If you go too much one way, motherfucker, well, guess what? Everybody's not over there. Get it? There has to be a balance in life. And I can't be talking too much shit because I see the answer. Doesn't mean I know how to get there, but I know it to be true.
That having kids is the worst thing that could happen to you. I see it all the time in my comments. Almost all of you think that having children would be a horrible mistake. They gotcha. They got you. The death cult got you.
Now I'm going to chime in for the people. Because for a lot of us, there ain't no getting to $100,000, and we're struggling to get to 50, 60. Get it? So that limits most men's options to want to take care of your family and shit, live in a house, and fuck what the woman think. I need a man to have a house, bitch. I want a house too. An economy and good jobs and all those things that ain't available for majority of men. So right there, that's why they like. I'd rather not have kids. Like that was my reason. That's why I don't have kids, because I said this life is a struggle, and I see what's really going on. And if I have a kid, I'm gonna be stuck like the rest of these niggas, because more than likely she's gonna start getting me. Oh, you're not on top of this, and you're not this, and you're not that, and how could women? We understand how you want us to be something, but we need you to look at the actual real world and how many jobs there are and how many men make all this and how many and they don't, not even the haters, we're not even gonna talk about the men that block other men so they can be there, so they can do what they want. Get it? We're not gonna know. It's not even really look up how many jobs there are in the world or where you live, and then look up the number of men that live there. Period. So that would mean if the man cannot get to these things, because men don't want to be dusty. Get it? So that would mean was there ever a time in history where a majority of men were broke and women said, so? Oh yeah, it was all the history of man until now. Did women want men that had a lot of money? Oh yeah, that was all of history and now. Did majority of women that were in the lower class really believe that they can have higher class men? No, that's now. That's the fucking problem. It's literally like kings and queens throwing out certificates and saying, yeah, we might pick one of you. It's like back in the day with the royalty. Back then, everyone knew you're a peasant. You're not getting up there with the millionaires. You're not bald. You might suck some dick on the weekends or some shit. Stop it. But we all know what the truth. You get it? But now the illusion of getting all that money and having people work for you and you point fingers, that's not a king in people's minds no more. You're a businessman. No, you're a ruler. You rule over people. You get it? People have forgotten and was told, you go girl, you go boy. But we all are subjugated, or not subjugated, we all still have to, the shit only works if the shit is there, Since men can't all be fucking super entrepreneurs, since women cannot be video vixens that know how to do all these things right, then I think a lot of us are in illusions due to the circumstances that we're in. Maybe it could be that. I want to stick up for the people in this video a little bit, because he's going to say everything I say in my videos. So I'm not going to just stick up for him, because I see all the sides of why people make these choices.
For generations, marriage and children were considered the ultimate life goals. Now, more people are questioning whether that's really what they want. The idea of settling down in traditional family structures doesn't appeal to everyone, and many are realizing they don't need it to feel fulfilled. It's not about feeling fulfilled. It's pearls before swine. It's not even worth trying to articulate to you people the importance of the nuclear family. The researchers identify...
Now, I can't disagree with him at all, because it's called common sense. Families are the structure of society. Without families, we wouldn't have this. We wouldn't be where we are in the future. So for that to disappear would mean what for society? You know? So if the goal was to build society and we need these things to do it, families and shit, well, wouldn't the goal be families in life? Survival? Building towards something? Now we got it, and it fucked up our families, though, it seems like. Isn't that ironic?
Several reasons why more and more women are choosing not to be married, including infidelity, increasing career opportunities and independence, finding more security living with their parents and siblings. Let's go over that list again really fast.
Get 'em.
The researchers identified several reasons why more and more women are choosing not to get married, including infidelity. Why are you all dating the same guys? If you're worried about infidelity, why are you all dating the same men and swapping the same men? You're all choosing voluntarily to exist in harems, and then you're blaming the men.
Oh, are women doing something that has been done before? It's called, like you said, harems. You call them players, and no, it's the nigga that just has that position, and a man with this position is going to automatically have a harem of what he's gonna fuck man bitches, because he can. Because you're gonna let him. And back in those days, yous were his concubines. That's why he didn't throw you to the wayside. He rolled over you, you stayed. Now, yous have, I ain't sharing the mansion with these bitches. So since you broke that, those men just go, alright, you're right, I won't have a concubine. I won't have my harem. You're right. I'll date you. We all date now. It's fucking goofy.
No one's holding a gun to your head making you do these things. But culturally, you're all dating the same guys.
Yeah.
Increased career opportunities. Again, a choice. A choice. Independence. Finding more security. Living with parents and siblings. Because God forbid you trust a man. Like, the common trope is always, men are evil, men are evil, men are evil. You always have to be defensive against men. Men are the worst thing that could ever happen to you.
In the women's defense, it's because they met a lot of bad men. And they did a lot of bad things. So, like my OG Kevin Samuels used to point out a lot. Don't judge all of something because all you ever seen was this tight. And that should have been an eye-opener for everybody, not just the women. Because when I heard it, I didn't just like all the other guys, yeah, bitch, your fault, blah. I looked at my own life and said, wait up, does that apply to me? Yes. Yes, that does. So,
Men are just abusers and users. Never mind, you give the bald $100,000 a year business owner who owns multiple properties Never mind, you give the bald $100,000 a year business owner who owns multiple properties.
Now, ladies, that's pathetic. You see, fellas, my wolves that are down here in the slums and fighting. You see what I mean by the same nigga that's above you. That nigga got your problems. That's you in the future. Working yourself to death to becoming an illusion that someone told you to be. And isn't that what all the women say? I want a man that's on his shit. I'd rather cry in a fucking 2000 Beamer than a fucking Toyota. So, is that really true? Or is it they better look good and have big dick and you better be popular? You know? Because he's kind of popular. He's an average looking man. You know what I mean? Like he said, I'm a bold fucking, you know what I mean? He didn't sit there and say what most of the stud niggas say. Listen, I look good. I got $100,000. Big ass dick. He said, I'm an average nigga that built himself up to be more than the average other men. The thing women say they want. Yet I don't have a wife and kids. Ladies, you're dropping the ball. Or you really don't want that ball. You know? Because women say they want men that can take care of this thing. Got properties. Not property, not a house. He has properties. He's balling. Unfortunately, he's a moral man, though. You know? Unfortunately for him, he doesn't want to just throw his dick around and use the fact that I got $100,000 and I could throw on my mask and my ego and I could fucking pretend to not be me and fuck mad bitches and then probably end up marrying one of them. And then when I take my mask off, I don't like her because her mask is not, she's not that what she, it's not what I want. You get it? See, this is a problem.
Chance. No, he's an angry incel who just yells at the internet. So you just want to email him to tell him you want to have a nuanced conversation, which is really just coded language for, I'm going to call you a horrible person with a bunch of big words.
I can't wait until my channel, I really, really hope my channel gets to that level where you actually want to, like, you know, come in and talk. Even the haters, you know? A lot of niggas is not built for that. Because, you know, I think it's because they don't actually, they want to help, but I don't know. Like, my life is, I had to live it a certain way. So, like, how that, like Kev said, the smoke show and all them other dudes that, I don't mind combating the same bullshit with the same hammer of truth, you know? But I always bring it in a different way because a lot of men don't speak for all sides. Like, I speak for all sides. Even the women, they don't like that. Men don't like it. Like, I'll make a video one day and niggas will be like, oh, this nigga pandering. No, I seen women get destroyed like this. So, no. No, nigga. No. And then I'll make a hardcore video about men and what women do. And women will see that and probably like, oh, this dude, he only just pointing out what we do wrong. And no, I've seen it. And it happened to me. You get it? So it's like, when you can see the truth of what's really going on and admit, you know, people do wrong. It's not a them do wrong more or they do. No. We're all going to run into people that do things. And a lot of the times it's due to a lack of ignorance. I mean, a lack of knowledge. Excuse me. You know? Like, it is what it is. Because time always tells the truth. Who you think you are and who you really are, time it'll show you.
And try to castigate you and make you feel small. All while reminding you that I'm not only uninterested in you sexually, but I'm also not looking for attention. No, you are looking for attention. The shift in priorities isn't just personal, it's cultural. No shit, Sherlock. More people are seeing the realities of marriage and parenthood, the sacrifices, the expenses, the lifelong responsibilities, and deciding that it's not for them. Yeah, and then when everyone decides that it's not for them, we have airplanes falling out of the sky and bridges falling into the rivers. You guys think this is a joke. When your toilet starts, when you go to flush your toilet and all your shit just overflows back up into your bathroom and there's no one you can call to fix it and you have no idea how to fix it and there's no men left in your life willing to put up with your ass to come over and fix it. Oh, and when the electricity stops working, and there's no food in the stores, and beef is $90 a tube, and eggs cost $120 a dozen. Those are the downstream consequences.
I wonder why a broke black guy would say that, and a rich-ass white man would say these things. Now, we're using these as threats so we can scare women back to us. Yeah, we're just trying to pander. We're trying to be. No, it's not a threat. It's not a. Shit is coming. And all that bad girl summer and all that tough guy shit, niggas is gonna start finding out real quick who you are. Like I said, time is gonna show you who you really are. Because in time, things happen. And a lot of people are gonna find out you're really not in control of things that you're not what you think you are. You're a regular person, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Of everybody making the choice that they can't stand anybody, all of their choices, of the hundreds of millions of people that are available for them, there is no viable options.
Sound the horns.
I made a video a couple weeks ago, a month ago, whenever it was. It was something about, like, men are just giving up in droves. And every comment I got was, I'm 29, I'm 33, I'm 35, I'm 36, I'm 25. You know, masters of whatever, paralegal, nurse practitioner, you know, just high dollar career stuff. Mechanical engineer, work in IT, web developer, business, you know, $100,000 salaries, been doing this for years, cannot get a date.
You know why? Because you won't do what other men do to make it the way it is. That's all it is. Men won't get together and say, oh shit, we all got a bunch of money. Now let's build things and make bitches want to come to us, because when you build it, they come. Sound the horns. My dad ain't in the building. That's why every nigga's an individual. Everybody wants to be fucking King Arthur, and I want the old 60s life. I'm gonna do good, and my wife's gonna find me and see me. And nah, nigga. We gotta go at this shit like the bad guys, you know, like the Chads and the fucking whatever. Niggas gotta group up and send out the signal. And then the women that can see that will be like, yo, they're stunting over there. They're doing things. I want to do things. Oh, they're regular men. They're moral men. They don't allow jizzabouts like me in there. What's going on? It's exclusive. And then word gets out. And then the women that actually want good men, the women that have been going through what we've been going through, and they're fucking in their house, and they're going crazy because we can't find each other. Well, then they can see it, and they're like, oh, that's where they are. I'm going over there. You get it? They don't. They do the opposite side people that you're talking about, that believe staying single and living these lives, do they have places to go to meet up and do things? Yeah, it's called the club, the bar, outside, this, that, the concert, the music's for them. All they have, all these things to keep where the fuck is that shit? Oh yeah, you gotta build it yourself. Everybody's beating their fucking chest with their fucking high-powered job and don't even know what to do with their high-powered money. I wonders why.
Dude, guys, the men are checking out. The ladies, you got a rude wake-up call coming.
Yes.
You really think that you all can just en masse tell every guy no and have no consequences?
Well, the really pretty ones and the ones that been working on certain men and know how to do the game, those people will always be safe. But a lot of women are 4s and 5s, and they're allowed to put this makeup on and get fake ass attention and all these other things. So yeah, they really do believe that. And then when they hit 30 and 40, like, they find out that no one's coming, and the only ones there you're not gonna want to pick. For whatever reasons, they're good, they're bad, they're fucking whatever. It doesn't. Like when everybody gets to the zone, it's like no one's picking. It's baffling to me.
Now, I'm obviously not advocating for some handmade.
Everyone has to go on the I have to work on myself journey. And that's why I brought this video, because this is a man that worked on himself, and there's many women that I keep showing that worked on themselves, and I keep showing how all these people that got away from the traumas, bad families, whatever the fuck it is, that proves that all people aren't broken. It proves that there are good people out here. It proves that some people don't believe in the Lord, but they want to live the Lord's rules, though. They want to do everything out that Bible. They'll talk about everything out that Bible. So I don't even give a fuck if you believe in the Bible, nigga. You still want to live the law. You still understand the reality of we need to have families and shit. Like, that's how I got here. Someone made the sacrifice. Now it's our turn to make the sacrifice. But nah, fuck that. Let's be selfish and say, it's a wrap.
Maiden's Tale wet dream thing. You women think that men just sit around wanting a sex doll that's always on call, that'll also make him sandwiches. It'd be nice to have a woman who likes to cook, but for God's sakes, like, I'm sorry, but there has to be some kind of higher calling or higher ethic that leads to population propagation, because you cannot just keep bringing in immigrants. This is not working long term.
See, most people in relationships and regular people, they're so stupid. They don't even know what you meant by that. And I'm sorry to call us stupid, because I know I didn't know it. I know until these last 3 years of me making all these things and jumping into, we're becoming so bad and not having babies, and people are not doing work no more. Everybody's taking shortcuts, that it's making working a problem. And employers you get it? So by you wanting to live this stupid, goofy life is going to get your ass replaced. Get it? Because when it's business, it's business. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about your problems. None of this is business, dog. You better do your job. And unfortunately, the thing that makes majority of men go to work and all that shit is like a future, a family, But if you can't have that, well, we get what we get.
And every man is miserable. And I don't care how much you want to gaslight me and tell me, guys, that you're finding so much peace and so much understanding and so much, like, I'm enjoying my hobbies and enjoying my life alone, and no.
I am not at 100%, because there's balance. It's called real life. When you find these things that bring you to that, then you get there, right? And then real life sets in, because you don't have the other part of it. So then, yeah, you're going to be mad. If you embrace it, you don't do stupid shit, and, you can still live. That's why you have to make a new purpose in life, because the old purpose in life is not there. I'm gonna do this and do that and have family and it's gonna happen. Well, no, that's that 1 + 1 ain't 1 no more. Get it? No matter how much you want it to be that, it ain't that. So that's why, a man like me was glad that I found the Bushido Code, the Last Dragons, and all these be alone. You are not the first man, and you're not the last. And you don't get the confirmation when the men that don't get to live that life, the regular average shit, you know what they used to do? They dedicated themselves to work or their community, and then the other people that believed in higher things, they said, oh, I believe in God, so I'm gonna go do God's work. That's my new mission. Now niggas get stuck to that and be like, man, this some bullshit, y'all. I gotta help the future by walking around and making videos and telling people about be good and yeah, nigga. Suck it the fuck up, nigga. It's the last of the Jedi out here, bitch ass niggas. Niggas is bitches. That's what I mean by this shit. I get mad about this shit myself, but I never fall off the mission. The mission is to lead by example and do it, but if I can't lead by example, that doesn't mean I still can't teach the lessons and try to hope that the younger ones and some older people will be like, alright, this nigga's right. My life is not just about me, and life is the greatest thing there is. Why would I want to opt out of that? Why would I not want to be a part of the fucking thing that made me? You get it? Shit like that. That people say this higher purpose shit, and it always leads. Your higher purpose leads back to yourself. That's why it's not really a higher purpose. That's why you can't endure. And then you don't even have the fucking plan of unity, so it's just a bunch of niggas talking shit.
Oh, we need some sort of societal structure that continues the population.
Well, if the $100,000 moral good guys got together, like the $100,000 $1 million and the puffy niggas, like how they got together, and they got all the bitches. Well, if you goofy ass niggas would get together and make your new fucking we're the good guys club. You know what I mean? We're the eligible men of America. And make a fucking TV show or something. Make a YouTube ad or something. Use are fucking idiots. You see what I mean by you can have all your education and money and you're still a fucking idiot. Because that the Lord needs, that's what the Lord's for. Man's knowledge means nothing compared to the Lord's knowledge. It brings you back to the basics of why he even created you. And then you can understand you're in the big plan. Even though you're just a little fish in a very big ocean. Because he ain't in the pond, baby. Niggas just mad they small their eyes. So fucking what?
It really bothers me that I was apparently born literally at the end of history. Like, my generation is going to be the last one.
Yeah, my father calls it the end times.
My dad has a sister, my mom has two sisters. All of them got married. There was one divorce among all of the couples that ended up pairing off in the extended family. There was one divorce. That marriage rendered 4 kids. I think 5 kids, maybe. And like 5 grandkids apiece off of that.
Damn.
The other side, all 3 sisters got married. My mom had the most kids of those, so it was 2 kids for the other 2, and then 3 for my mom. And none of the other cousins are married or have any kids. On the other side, I think they all got married and had kids, but that was the family that got divorced. I mean, I obviously have been unsuccessful in getting married and having a kid. My brother got married. He has 1 child.
Damn.
My parents have 1 grandkid. I don't think my sister's going to get married. I don't know. I have no clue. I'm not going to assume or not assume.
That's a big change.
But this endless personal fulfillment bullshit that everybody seems to think that they deserve.
Oh, God.
Like, my only standard for a woman is be in the same body mass index as me. It's not a high standard, guys.
Yo, bro. When a dude that makes $100,000 owns multiple properties, you know, he seems a little angry. He seems like a type person. Like, when I body read him, he seems like a person that could be a little corny, a little whatever. But I'm like, yo, bro, there's no woman in the world that can't match up with this guy. Looks wise, because I don't want to just say, oh yeah, well, you just deserve a. Maybe he ain't married because he thinks he deserves a fucking super hottie or something. You know what I mean? Maybe he passed up the wife that he could have had because, like he said, the weight thing. Can I have somebody in my same body mass? Yeah, you could. Maybe she's not in your body mass and you're going to help her get there, you know? So choose one that's a little maybe that you wouldn't, and then maybe you see the person within her. Maybe if you had your imagination and said, you know what would she look like if she, maybe she's that way because she's unhappy. Maybe I could find one that and make him happy, and then she's gonna want to lose that weight and shit. You know? Just maybe. Maybe you gotta do a little work. I get it. You did work already. You worked on yourself, and that's what they tell us to do, and then they supposed to work on themselves. I understand that. Life's not fair.
I gave up saying no kids by other men. I mean, you know, for God's sake, I'm not getting married to these trollops.
Damn.
But it's almost like not even worth trying because there's so many barriers and there's so many people who just don't want anything to do with any kind of fucking future. Do you enjoy not having a future? Because I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying this. And I have to live in this world with you.
Salute.
Okay? I've been on my deathbed. I had chronic liver failure.
Salute. See, a lot of people doing a lot of complaining and a lot of yous are not having to fight deaths and all these things and, you know, and still looking for, like, love and shit and all. Some of yous are just, you can have it already. It's the world is very strange to me right now.
Terminal. They didn't think I was going to live. I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. I turned around and woke up.
You said, fuck that, I ain't done. I still got shit to do.
I still have to live and be sober every day in this shit future.
Well, you know.
And nothing about the future is better. Nothing.
I suggest you, you know, better smoke some weed or something. Like, ease up, nigga. Like, I get it. Sobriety. But, not even the Bible tells people this reality we live in is gonna be so great that you should be sober all the time. He said, don't be a drunkard, don't be fucking wailing out, be sober, be blah 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 blah. But he also has in the Bible, let the drunks drink, so they can drown out the misery of their life. When I heard that and read that, I said, wait up. I would have never thought that the Lord would say, yo, let that nigga drink, bro. Like, look at him. You know how fucked up life is for that person right there? That bottle's the only thing getting that nigga through living outside. That bottle's the only thing that gets him living the next day. Because of the shame of failing or nobody caring about you. You gotta walk around filthy and the pain and you're rotting away. Like, that shit is, I couldn't even imagine. I see it all the time. And when I seen it, and when I started seeing women out there, then I understood why the Bible said, man, let them drink, bro. And then I started realizing why I gave up drinking or trying other drugs, and I smoke weed, and people be like, yo, that's not good in the Lord. And then I go, Genesis chapter 1, the Lord said to Adam, everything with a seed, you do whatever you want with it. And then I say, shut your fucking mouth. And then they say, it's a drug, blah, 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 blah. And I say, when they conquered you, that's the first thing they sold to get themselves rich. It used to make clothes. It used to make a lot of things. Weed, hemp, is not just to fucking get high. For low-level Super Saiyans, it is.
The thing about this future is better. Everything is run by AI, the fucking call centers. It's and then you have to say operator, 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 and then they hang up on you. HP saying that they purposely fucking, if you want to talk to a human being, they make you wait for 15 minutes before they even route the call. Every new car is shit. The new home builds are shit.
Yeah.
The currency's worth nothing.
Yeah.
We have a zero trust society.
Yeah.
Nobody can get laid.
No.
Ghosting. Ghosting is your concern.
You know that's not true, but I know what you meant by it. Women all sleep with the certain men, and only those men are the ones that will get pussy. So if the other men, of the 70 to 80% of men that they don't even notice, they don't even think you don't even exist to them. You're there, but you're there just to keep these things running for all the women and those 20 to 30% of men. That's what you're here for. Am I lying? They're not going to choose most of us, and they're going to try to choose them. There's 100% of them and a very small number of those men. So, you know, they don't give a fuck about my father's book. And even if they did, it never said take all the women. So, it doesn't even matter. Even if they were godly men, they only can choose 30% of the women, 100% of the women, 70% of the women. Because I ain't gonna say the 100% of the women are going after that, because there are many, many regular relations that I see every day. I see it on YouTube. I see it on the streets. Get it? It's just that group is not the large group anymore.
The sacrifices, expenses, the lifelong responsibilities, and deciding that it's not for them. The traditional blueprint for happiness has changed. And for many, the freedom to live life on their own terms is far more appealing than following an outdated script that doesn't fit the desires. Desires.
I feel you.
What level of Dante's Inferno did the people who just endlessly pursued their desires end up on?
Oh, shit. I know.
Instead of settling down, they're choosing a path that prioritizes personal fulfillment over societal norms.
I hear a lot of that.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of that. And there are, you know, and then there's a lot of men or women, like I say, that are in that category. And it's really not about desires. It's like a lot of people got done dirty. So, you know, they're hurt. And they don't know how to go back, because you can't be with somebody if you don't trust me. You know what I mean? 90% of, well, I ain't gonna say 90%, I ain't gonna throw a number on it. A lot of people don't trust themselves. Like, good people, I find, they'll, the people that are good and want relationships got beat in their fucking head. You gotta work on yourself to your 100% and all this goofy shit, right? And I be laughing because I'm like, I know that can't be true, because if that was true, why does men like this exist? Why do I see women like this exist that are entrepreneur women? They maybe was young and hot, and then they snapped right out of that shit. Like, what the fuck am I doing? And you know, they did the work, and they're fucked. Doing the work kept them away from being social. So now when they go to be around, you know, or maybe they're always working. And then I always said it when Kevin Samuels was out. How come y'all niggas won't pick each other? I don't get it. It don't make sense. It seems like because I come from the side of the field of the late bloomers, the people that didn't really, you know, we were fucked up. We didn't have a good start because we didn't have parents. We made bad choices and we didn't listen. Whatever it is, right? But we learned our lesson and we're like, all right, I gotta start getting right. I gotta start, you know? And I understand why people won't choose higher than that. Like, you know, the people from a high level won't choose these people trying to get your shit together because, hey, if you got shit together, equally yoked and all of that shit, right? And then I'd be like, alright, well, the motherfuckers that is up there, like this dude and all the other women, y'all equally yoked, but y'all ain't choosing. And then the motherfuckers working on themselves. If you late in the game, how long you think you're gonna live? You think you get it? It's a dilemma and everything. And I'm like, yo, all of these stereotypes, everything gotta get put to a stop. It's all the truth and it's all bullshit at the same time. You know why? Because all of us only get a certain amount of time. And just like the last video I played about the woman that said there's no sisterhood, and she was proving how there's a bad sisterhood, but there isn't a good sisterhood. Just like this man is saying, I know plenty of 100,000. I know plenty. Yeah, and you don't have your brotherhoods. There's no good people society. There's no Jedi Knights. Everyone got cracked apart and went through the bullshits. We're all waking up now, realizing, fuck, it's like Star Wars out here. They called Order 66 a long time ago. What the fuck? I'm on the run, G. You know, everybody's waking up to the shit, but nobody's like, yo, bro, we gotta build the rebels. You know, not to fight. Like, this is not about, no, this is about relationships and people. So don't take these words as like some crazy shit. In case, you know, I don't want nobody doing dumb shit. Because you incel motherfuckers and people that are crazy, that are gonna think you gotta get this shit done by doing crazy shit. Nah, it's not that. You're gonna compete. You're gonna build it and they're gonna come. Just like those motherfuckers built it and they came. That's it. That's my ultimate plan. Oh yeah, it's not my plan, it's the thing that's natural. It's the only thing that solves any fucking, you know? You build it and they will come. Now what it is, I don't know. Like I said, the women that are waking up, or the women like this man or myself that are pushing to be on the side of the future, goodness, and you know, Lord, we're sitting around baffled of why this shit is so hard. Because we don't have unity. You think you matured, but you didn't. You matured in the world. You still haven't figured out the biggest plan, and the only way back is to let everybody talks about big bro Jesus, but none of us are gonna do what he said to do. Forgive each other, and now everybody move the fuck on. Like to let go of all that bullshit you was taught. All that anger, you just gotta let it go. Niggas don't know how to do that. The superficial, my man gotta be perfect, or this gotta, oh yeah, no, you gotta let that go. All I want is a woman that's my weight, like this man said. Well, you're gonna have to use that $100,000 to fucking help a girl that wants to, drop weight, nigga. Because obviously the ones that already have the weight requirement you want, they don't like you. They don't like the way you look, talk, or whatever the fuck it is. But I guarantee a woman that could look like them, she probably wants you. She's a little overweight. And you're too fucking stupid to help her transform, you goofy ass nigga.
Good luck. Again, this rampant selfishness.
Yeah, exactly.
Is all predicated on the idea that there are altruistic, competent, conscientious people who will keep turning the levers that keep the power grid going for you.
He's got a good point there.
You can't just have endless pleasure and endless self-fulfillment.
Very true.
There has to be some level of sacrifice in your life.
Work. Yeah, like I just said to you, Raymond, you lowered your standards because, life and whatever. I don't understand. Everybody makes their choice, right? And I know it was a vague and like a slight of what you want. I know everyone will want more than just a woman that every man's gonna want, You said, is it so bad that I want a woman that starts out as my weight requirement, whatever? And I'm sure you have other requirements. And like I just explained though, you just said selfishness. It comes with sacrifice. You gotta, if you sacrifice, to get what you want, like you just said about how everybody else does, you could be the example guy. There's plenty of women, and you don't have to choose a woman that's super overweight or whatever. But like I said, I got an answer for everybody. Everybody talks this dumb shit, and I got an answer for you, but will you do the words that come out of your mouth? No. Because you have no one to hold you accountable to it.
And some meta sacrifice, some grand existential sacrifice of perpetuating the species. People would rather travel than explore than settle down.
Yeah.
Settling down often comes with responsibilities that can feel limiting. And for many, the freedom to travel and explore is far more appealing. What's funny is it just really isn't.
Well, if you really look at the statistics of the people actually traveling, it's definitely not majority of people. So that's only a small percentage of actually people. The ones making money and shit. All the people that are the majority of women, and men, we're just check to check, baby. So it's like that's for you people. That's y'all small group. Which proves my point again. All you niggas that is up there and y'all got y'all shit together, how come y'all ain't getting married or at least shacking up and all that? Oh, because y'all hit with the superficial bug. Even though y'all all in the same, get it? It don't make no sense to me. Oh yeah, the sacrifice thing. It's a goofy ass joke. It really seems like a goofy joke to me. It doesn't make sense. Unless you use up there want someone that's not up there. And then there's so many people down here using up. You just can't find one person. Get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all better start getting y'all shit right. Like that shit don't even make no sense. It really doesn't. I understand there's a lot of bad people, but it seems like the more you have, the more you think you should have. You get it? Like, am I wrong? I think maybe I am. Because it's kind of confusing now. I'm really confused. I think I just confused myself.
Telling us this. I keep getting fed travel, 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 travel. Every live stream I do, every video I do, the comments are, you need to get out more. You need to go travel. I have no desire to travel.
I be hearing that shit a lot.
I don't know how to describe it. It's not there, guys. Without the constraints of a serious relationship or the obligations of family life, single people can prioritize adventure. Yeah, until when? Until you wake up at 35 and you realize that nobody wants to be around you? Like, you're all gonna get old.
I mean, he's got a good point there. Like, if you're doing a lot of traveling in your 20s and 30s, you're not building the community structure that you want for your future. That means in your 40s and your 30s, when you know you don't have those people to trust and to count on because you were going around, you were chilling. So while you wasn't building relationships by living in the town that you're in and getting to know people and all these different things, building relationships, everyone just is, you got the sisterhood, but y'all retirement plan thing, you get it? It's like, what the fuck is really going on? I don't get it. But I do understand it's because a lot of people, we're not even getting to know people anymore. That's what it really is. To really get to know people, it takes a little time. So many things have happened that one red flag or people are so, quick to just stop talking or whatever, many things, because there are a lot of crazies out here. So I always tell people to be careful with that. But it is pathetic though to see so many problems that I believe is solved easily with a little bit of a push and pull.
All gonna get old, and we're not gonna be able to just rely on hospice. You know what hospice is? Hospice is what they call, and the state pays for it, and they come and help you die. No, but you just want to have your endless fulfillment and travel and endless pleasures with hot Marco and Romeo and Chadio and Fatio over in Italy.
Getting flown out.
Endless adventures and orgasms with no responsibilities. And you women, you would be fine with living that life and having the state pay for the whole thing while you do your travel blog bullshit. And then come back to the States at 60 and go, I've had a good life. It's time to go die and go to the Soylent Green factory and put on the tape of the sunset and go into the great beyond. You'd be fine with that. Oh, I'm not, I can't work, I'm done, I don't want to do anything, I don't want to live anymore. You've all bought this lie. Are you enjoying your life? You know, I'm not trying, again, I'm being selfish here when I say this. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm not trying to convince anyone else how to live. How they should be, how life should be. I'm being virtuously selfish here.
Me too.
In a Randian sense. I have to exist in this shit future.
Exactly. Like, when any of my audience say, why do you do this? Because I gotta fucking live here. I gotta deal with this shit, and I'm not just gonna sit here. You know? I'm gonna say something. And hopefully certain people see what I'm saying and be like, you know what? I am in control of the life that I have. And if I don't do something about what I can see, I'm gonna get the results of what the people before me are getting. And they're going out screaming and they're going out fucking. It's not what they thought was gonna happen. I guarantee you that.
And I don't enjoy it. Like, there's got to be someone who wants to have sex with, like, come on. Like,
he said, yo, well, wait, it's 2 minutes out.
The great outdoors is having its moment,
dog.
with the majority of people, 58%.
You see what I mean by, before he was like, commenters be saying, you gotta get out there, you know, and then he's like, yo, come on, somebody you gotta get out there, dog. And if you've been out there and that ain't working, well, then you gotta understand you're not that dude that does the thing alone. Like, that's why I like the older, the generation before me, like the 60s, the 70s. Being, the movies were not about the one dude. That dude was there in the crew, but that dude wanted the crew. And he got what he got, but he made sure there was enough for his crew. So everyone maybe not got the baddest, but you had, you know what I mean? Now we live in a time where the movies is the one dude, he get AIDS. He's stunting, you know what I mean? Or the motto in the mind is that. So I believe men lost that, yo, you ain't getting bitches? Nah, I ain't getting bitches. You good at that, right? Yeah, alright, well, me and you, we gonna get together and we gonna do this and this together. And then that other dude, that brings the other dude. And then that cool dude or the pretty boy, the dude with the tan, whatever it is that completes the circle. And then yous are doing and hanging out and doing the things that yous do. And then that's what draws them. You know, because all women aren't super whatever they think in their mind. So their crew, because women are crew-minded too, their crew sees your crew or whatever. But now we're older, everybody's life's changed. Crews are fucking online buddies and shit. You know, people don't actually, not too many people got time for that. But the ones that do, it's, you know, they're out there looking. So that's why I said men need to get back to the teaming up. That's it. That's what, you know, do what would, if you can see something work back then, why not do it now? You know, because the thing you're doing, the solo, the fucking, I'm gonna work on myself and magically they're gonna see me or they're gonna come. No. There's something you have to do. I don't know what that is for each individual person because we're all on our own journeys, but I know I don't say I don't have these things because of just the world. I'm doing something wrong. I'm either going to figure it out or I'm going to accept the true nature and reality of billions of people died before me alone. And guess what? A lot of them niggas is homeless. They never even learned these things. They never even cared for these things. Nobody ever is nothing. I'm lucky enough to have 5 people listen to me speak about these things and rant. You get it? Because I appreciate. And I like to bring up these billions and billions of people that came before us, and they that's my inspiration. They're nobodies, but they were people just like you and me. And niggas didn't realize, you better do something, bro. You better do something, because 100 years from now, no one's gonna know you. No one's gonna know you existed. Even the most famous motherfucker you know, 200 years from now, no one's gonna know they existed. You get it? The fuck are you gonna do with your life, and are you going to make happiness? Are you going to create your moment in time? Because your life's just a fucking blink of an eye, just like the Bible said. Now what are you gonna do with it?
Interested in traveling for outdoors, trailed by people for arts and culture, food, and visit family and friends. Traveling offers a kind of fulfillment that relationships don't always provide. It's an opportunity to meet new... Again, they keep saying relationships, not hooking up, not sexual trysts.
They gotta make it sound good.
Many find that they don't want to give up this freedom for the sake of stability. The idea of being tied down to one place or the other person can feel suffocating when there's an entire world to see. For these individuals, staying single isn't just a phase. It's a lot. God.
Yeah, for people that are financially okay and went through some bullshit, they're like, I don't have to fucking go back to that shit. Fuck it. You know what I mean? People are poor and have that mentality too, though. Like, you know what I mean? They're down here fucking playing like they got all the time in the world and da-da-da-da-da. Trust me, it's not much different. Except it's worse when you're on this side of the field, because you're looking at these chicks like, yo, bro, when the people around, well, all right. I met people that are in situations that don't even see. Like, and I don't like to bring certain things up, but it's the truth. Like, one of the worst things I've seen about being on the poor side of life is what Kev Simon called the son husband, the daughter wives and the sister wives and shit, right? And that shit is the most detrimental thing, because there are people out here that don't even realize, soon as your parent goes, you are really in that motherfucking world by yourself. And if you don't know how to live in the world, oh boy, you're finished. This is where the devouring and it's like this is the shit that marriage and like for it, all these Bible things and like these women forgot that shit protects you. When you want to choose to live outside that reality and you go with this worldly shit, but your life ain't set up like the world, like how he's saying all these people have these options to travel and all that. If you're not doing those things, and that means that's not your world. So you can't even afford to be playing your fucking life like that, because when the people around you surely will go down, go bye-bye, get sick, accidents, whatever, and you're in this world by yourself as a fucking woman, and it's not fun. Especially if you don't really know things. This goofy world been lying to so many men and women. It's not just women. You know? A lot of niggas wasted a lot of times on the streets and the cool shit and the gangs and all that. And then that real world set in for all of us. That wall hits. And when that wall hits, you start realizing, and that's why we motherfuckers better realize that this next reality that's coming is going to be a lot about protection for real. Straight real. Like, chicks gonna really start learning why it's natural for them to say, I want a man to protect me. You're gonna start learning. Watch. Little by little.
It's not a phase, Mom. It's a lifestyle choice that aligns with their sense of adventure and self-discovery. Dating apps feel more like a game than something serious. Because, again, I'm gonna try to be...
Just like a lot of men that beat their chests and think they don't need a woman besides the little things, when the real shit happens, and the women that actually do know smart shit, and you overlook those things for fucking good sex and the way she looks, and that chick don't know what to do to make you or get you to feel not sick anymore, you're gonna understand what a good woman's worth is then. When that bitch betrays you because life changes so much and you get it, I'm telling you, bro, good people better start getting together and start realizing life itself and you being able to breathe, that you already got the prize. And you're too stupid to fucking do something with it. And it's not forever, you know? I don't care about no reincarnation. I'm talking regular man shit right now. Science and the Lord He's always with me and all that, but I'm talking about time, death, and life. Be grown and realize, like, you could play these games and you gonna be in that motherfucking. The maggots gonna eat you too. You're going in the floor, you're getting cremated, and your life of happiness and how you deal with this existence is your job. That's up to you now. It always was. You know? And if you don't feel like relationships is the thing for you, hey, like you said, there's enough people right now. Life's not going anywhere. Humanity, you know? But you are. That's it.
Nice. Whose fault is that, guys? Whose fault is that? Dating apps feel like a game.
Humanity will be here long after I'm gone. Get it? So what I get to experience in this shit is it's really all up to me. Sound the horns. And when life gives you lemons, you better make something.
Whose fault is that? You know, there before probably, 2015? You could actually go on a dating app in the morning and meet up with somebody for, at least for drinks that night, and maybe they were using you to get drunk. Yeah. That happened to me a lot.
Yeah.
Some girl would, and she was not interesting, and she was not interested in getting to know me at all. She just wanted to get drunk.
Yeah.
And then she'd turn on the waterworks right at about 8 or 9 o'clock when happy hour ended, and I paid the bill, and then put her in a cab and gave her $20. Gee, I wonder why I spent my 20s broke. Oh, you're a nice guy, Raymond.
And like I said, that's because every man you can't do what other niggas do. Other niggas can get $100,000 and now I'm fucking Superman. You know? Money doesn't always, it's not going to change your face, it's not going to change your personality, it's not going to change your dick size. You get it? What you do and how you are and all these things, and it looks like, to me, moral men are not understanding why, like, they're not getting picked. Because they cracked that whole regular man, remember when they married women off to you versus sexually doing that? Those days ended. So when that ended, women got to choose, and then that's when the regular shit started, regular families, and people really don't go and actually learn how society and look at how it was developed and shit. And then don't realize this shit is set up like, yo, dog, your life is your life. That's why my thought comes from what I base my shit off is the old ancient shit that I learned, because it's the beginning of something, right? But since things change and people start doing shit, I understand how that's gonna change the way we do those old things. But then, I learned that the Lord said, I don't give a fuck what y'all thinking, nigga. You're gonna return to my ways one way or another. And that's when I understood the power of him, how the circle happens. It doesn't matter. We're just in that generation where motherfuckers is like, nah. So until people figure it out, and with all these issues and problems, that's why I said everybody talk that big bro JC shit, but I guarantee you nobody's gonna be like, God, I forgive, and I'm gonna have to do something a little, different to get what I want, and I'm gonna have to settle in a way, I guess. Somewhere along the line, I'm not gonna get everything I want, and then be like, oh yeah, nobody ever does. So why the fuck am I mad about that? All love, all praise to the Most High.
Dating apps have made meeting people easier, but they've also turned dating into a numbers game with endless swiping. It's a numbers game for hot people. Dating apps is just a meat market for hot people. But they've also turned dating into a numbers game with endless swiping, short-lived conversations, and people treating connections like temporary distractions. Yeah, you pretty much just summed it up there, lady.
Dating apps is,
It's hard to find something meaningful. The constant availability of new matches.
Dating apps are for good-looking people that can, want to take out women that are broke and want to eat good food and shit. And since he has the money to do it, then since there's not a lot of men that have the money to do it, and then, like he said, you gotta look good too. That means only those men should even go on dating apps because either you don't look it the part or you don't have the money. Oh, is that the same thing as like high school? All the high school girl, all the boys wanted to fuck the cheerleader, and all the girls wanted to fuck Captain Football or Captain Basketball. So can we stop acting like the internet changed things? It's fucking always been this way. Good looking people get to fuck everybody and get one. Anybody want to jump on dick, and the bad bitches get everybody drooling over them. And then there's all the rest of us that are in the middle that look average. And then there's the people that are below lookers. And, we always chose each other. The average chose down there too with the below lookers, because the below lookers, they had like morals and heart, and they understood family structures and shit like that. Now it's like everybody's looking at each other like, nigga, we all average, or we all tens, and we all deserve, but we all ain't getting. It's kind of really fucking strange how they beat reality out of our heads.
It makes committing feel unnecessary. And many people aren't interested in competing for attention. Instead of spending time in shallow interactions that rarely lead anywhere, more people are walking away from the dating scene entirely. The gamification of dating has made relationships feel transactional. Or have they just shed a light on the truth?
Yeah.
It's always been a transaction.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. Cheaper to Keeper was around in the 70s.
Happy wife, happy life.
My dad tells stories about growing up in Holiday Valley, a subdivision of Enon, Ohio. And he was telling me that every other family on his blocks, it was like divorcee, 2-parent household, divorcee, 2-parent household, divorcee, 2-parent household. Like, it was rampant in the 70s. The late 60s and the 70s when he was growing up.